Peace, family. It's your brother straight out of Judah, coming to you tonight with a two-piece, day 3 and day 4. Didn't record day 3 last night due to a headache. So, here we go. Once again, if you're just tuning in or catching up, I am doing the Wisdom series. I am coming at you from the book of Proverbs, the book of Ecclesiastes, the book of Wisdom of Solomon, and the book of Ecclesiasticus, or known as Sirach. So yeah, let's get it. Proverbs chapter 3 from the top. My son, do not forget my Torah, and let your heart watch over my commands. For a length of days and long life and peace they add to you. Let not loving commitment and truth forsake you. Bind them around your neck and write them on the tablet of your heart, thus finding favor and good insight in the eyes of Elohim and man. Trust in Yahuwah with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Know him in all your ways, and he makes your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear Yahuwah and turn away from evil. It is healing to your navel and moistening to your bones. Esteem Yahuwah with your goods and with the first fruits of all your increase. Then your storehouses shall be filled with plenty, and your vats overflow with new wine. My son, do not despise the discipline of Yahuwah, and do not loathe his reproof. For whom Yahuwah loves, he reproves, as a father the son whom he delights in. Blessed is the man who has found wisdom, and the man who gets understanding. For the gain from it is better than gain from silver, and is increased than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all your delights are not comparable to her. Length of days is in her right hand, riches and esteem in her left hand. Her ways are pleasant ways, in all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those taking hold of her, and blessed are all who retain her. Yahuwah founded the earth by wisdom. He established the heavens by understanding. By his knowledge the depths were broken up, and the clouds dropped down dew. My son, let them not depart from your eyes. Watch over sound wisdom and discretion, when they become life to your being and adorning to your neck. Then you would walk safely in your way, and your foot would not stumble. When you lie down, you need not be afraid, and you shall lie down, and your sleep shall be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden dread, nor of the ruin of the wrong when it comes. For Yahuwah is at your side. He shall guard your foot from being caught. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it, when it is in the power of your hand to do so. Do not say to your neighbor, go and come back, and tomorrow I will give it, when you have it with you. Do not plan evil against your neighbor, seeing he dwells safely beside you. Do not strive with a man without cause, and if he has done no evil, do not envy a cruel man and choose none of his ways. For the perverse one is an abomination to Yahuwah, and his secret counsel is with straight. The curse of Yahuwah is on the house of the wrong, but he blesses the home of the righteous. He certainly scoffs the scoffers, but gives favor to the humble. The wise do inherit esteem, but fools are bearing away shame. That was Proverbs chapter 3. Proverbs chapter 4. Children, listen to the discipline of a father, and give attention to know understanding. For I gave you good instruction. Do not forsake my Torah. For I was my father's son, tender, and the only one in the eyes of my mother. And then he taught me and said to me, let your heart hold fast my words, guard my commands, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget and do not turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not leave her, and let her guard you. Love her, let her watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is get wisdom. And with all you're getting, get understanding. Exalt her and let her uplift you. She brings you esteem when you embrace her. She gives your head a fair wreath. She shields you with an enduring crown. Hear, my son, and accept my words, and let the years of your life be many. I have taught you in the way of wisdom. I have led you in straight paths. When you walk, your steps shall not be hindered, and if you run, you shall not stumble. Become strong and disciplined, and do not let go. Watch over her, for she is your life. Do not enter the path of the wrong, and do not walk in the way of evildoers. Avoid it, do not pass by it. Turn away from it and pass on. For they do not sleep unless they have done evil, and their sleep is taken away unless they make someone fall. For they have eaten the bread of wrongdoing, and they drank the wine of violence. But the path of the righteous is like the light of dawn, that shines even brighter until the perfect day. The way of the wrong is like darkness. They do not know at what they stumble. My son, listen to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Let them not depart from your eyes. Guard them in the midst of your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and healing to all flesh. Watch over your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the sources of life. Turn away from you a crooked mouth, and put perverse lips far from you. Let your eyes look forward, and your eyelids look straight before you. Consider the path of your feet, and all your ways are established. Do not turn to the right or the left. Turn your foot away from evil. That was Proverbs chapter 4. All right, family. We hit Proverbs 3 and Proverbs 4. Not bad, right? Thank you for sticking with me this far. Let's keep it moving. Let's roll over to Ecclesiastes chapter 3. This is a good one. Real good here. For every matter, there is an appointed time, even a time for every pursuit under the heavens. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to uproot. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to throw away stones, and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to seek, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to throw away. A time to tear, and a time to sow. A time to be silent, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time for battle, and a time for peace. What does the worker gain from his toil? I have seen the task Elohim has given to the sons of men, to be humbled by it. He has made it all beautiful in its time. Even the ages he has put in their hearts, except that no one finds out the work that Elohim does from beginning to end. I know that there is no good for them but to rejoice and to do good in their lives. and also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is a gift of Elohim. I know that whatever Elohim does is forever. There is no adding to it, and there is no taking from it. Elohim does it, that men should fear before him. Whatever it has already been, and what shall be has been before. But Elohim seeks out what has been pursued. Then again I saw under the sun, in the place of right ruling, wrongness was there, and in the place of righteousness, wrongness was there. I said in my heart, Elohim judges the righteous and the wrong. For there is a time for every matter and for every work. I said in my heart, concerning the matter of the sons of men, Elohim selects them so as to see that they themselves are beasts. In the event of the sons of men is also the event of beasts. One event befalls them, as one dies, so dies the other. Indeed, they all have one breath. Man has no advantage over beast, for all is futile. All are going to one place. All came from the dust, and all return to dust. Who knows the spirit of the sons of men, which goes upward, and the spirit of the beast, which goes down to the earth? So I saw that man could do no better but to rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. For who would bring him to see what shall be after him? That was Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Then I looked again at all the oppression that is done under the sun, and see the tears of the oppressed, but they have no comforter, and power on the side of their oppressors, but they have no comforter. Therefore I commanded the dead who were already dead, more than the living who were still alive. And better than both is he who has never existed, who has not seen the evil work that is done under the sun. And I saw that all the toil and skill of the work bring envy between man and his neighbor. That too is futile and feeding on wind. The fool folds his hands and consumes his own flesh. Better is a hand filled with rest than both hands filled with toil and feeding on wind. Then I looked again at futility under the sun. That almost slipped me up, y'all. There is one without a second, who has neither son nor brother, and there is no end to all his labors. His eye also is not satisfied with riches. And for whom am I, toiling and depriving myself of good? That too is futility and an evil task. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one lifts his companion up. But woe to him who is alone when he falls, for he has no one to help him. Also, if man lie down together, they keep warm. But how does one keep warm by himself? although one might be overpowered to withstand him, and a threefold cord is not readily broken. A poor and wise youth is better than an old and foolish sovereign who no longer knows how to take warning. For he comes out of prison to be sovereign, although in his reign he was born poor. I have seen all the living who walk under the sun. They were with the second youth who stands in his place. There is no end for all the people, all of whom he headed. But the ones who come afterward do not rejoice in him, for that too is futile and feeding on wind. That concludes Ecclesiastes chapters 3 and 4. Family made it halfway through. Not counting, but it's good to see you still here. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me this long. I ain't got nothing better to do. I really don't. I'd rather sit here and read all these scriptures all day if I could. I probably can, but I gotta go work, But that's neither here nor there. All right, family. Now we head over to the Apocrypha, right? Turn with me to the Book of Wisdom of Solomon. If you got the red Apocrypha, little red is what I call it. Page 50, starting on page 59. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahuwah, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and their going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For Yahuwah proved them, and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace, he hath tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations, and have dominion over the people. And Yahuwah shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with them. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken Yahuwah. For whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain. Their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Their wives are foolish, and their children are wicked. Their offspring is cursed. Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which hath not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls. Blessed is the eunuch, which with his hands hath wrought no iniquity, nor imagined wicked things against Yahuwah. For unto him he shall be given the special gift of faith and an inheritance in the temple of Yahuwah, more acceptable to his mind. For glorious is the fruit of good labors, and the root of wisdom shall never fall away. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection. And the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. For though they live long, yet they shall, they shall be regarded nothing, and their last age shall be without honor. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. Oh man. Like John the Baptist says, or Yehukanan the Baptist, repent, for the kingdom of Yahuwah is at hand. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, from the top. Better it is to have no children, and to have virtue, for the memorial thereof is immortal, because it is known with Elohim and with men. When it is present, men take example at it, and when it is gone, they desire it. It weareth the crown and triumpheth forever, having gotten the victory, striving for undefiled rewards. But the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive, nor take deep rooting from bastard slips, nor lay any fast foundation. For though they flourish in branches for a time, yet standing not fast, they shall be shaken with the wind, and through the force of the winds they shall be rooted out. Their imperfect branches shall be broken off, their fruit unprofitable, not ripe to eat, yea, meat for nothing. For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of wickedness against their parents in their trial. But though the righteous be prevented with death, yet he shall be in rest. For honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by a number of years. But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age. He pleased Yahuwah and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners he was translated. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of the concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind. He being made perfect in a short time fulfilled a long time. For his soul pleased Yahuwah, therefore hasted he to take him away from among the wicked. This the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he hath respect unto his chosen. Thus the righteous that is dead shall condemn the ungodly which are living, and youth that is soon perfected the many years of an old age of the unrighteous. For they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what Yahuwah in his counsel have decreed of them, and to what end Yahuwah have set him in safety. They shall see him and despise him, but Yahuwah shall laugh them to scorn, and they shall hereafter be a foul carcass and a reproach among the dead forevermore. For he shall rend them and cast them down headlong, and that they shall be speechless, and he shall shake them from their foundation, and they shall be utterly laid waste, and be in sorrow, and their memorial shall perish. And when they cast up their accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them, to their face. That's deep. That's real deep. That was the wisdom of Solomon, chapters 3 and 4. On to the next, y'all. The book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, not the vodka. Sirach, chapter 3. Hear me, your father, O children, and do thereafter that ye may be safe. For Yahuwah have given the father honor over the children, and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins, and he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure. Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of children of his own children, and when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life, and he that is obedient unto Yahuwah shall be a comfort to his mother. He that feareth Yahuwah will honor his father, and will do service unto his parents as to his masters. Honor their father and mother, both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. For the blessing